Hello and welcome to our series on the future of work. What I wanted to talk about today is I call it the death of distance, or is it dead? Now, one of the things that we found in the research around the future of work is often as businesses we're globalising, we're virtualising, we don't necessarily see or speak to the people that we work with every day. That's sometimes very freeing. I mean, we do necessarily sometimes need to do business with people that we don't see on a regular basis. But our inner caveman likes seeing people. We grew up, we evolved to do things face to face, and we're very comfortable doing that. But is it the only way of doing business? Probably not. And of course, now technology is freeing us from the face-to-face experience. We have a lot of choice of technologies over which we can collaborate. So we have everything from very rich technologies like video conferencing, and we can do everything from high definition in the telepresence room to slightly lower definition off our laptops or smartphones. And we're getting much, much better at doing that. We're using Skype, we're using FaceTime, we're using all sorts of tools over video. It's not quite like face-to-face, but we can start to interpret things like body language. So that's on the rich side. Slightly less rich, but no less valuable, is voice. And we often forget the value of voice. The phone is an incredible invention, somewhat before its time, some would argue. But actually, the phone hasn't really evolved since the times of Alexander Graham Bell. Isn't it about time we evolved the phone call, the conference call? And actually, that's why we've been working with Dolby, the guys that do surround sound cinema, to actually bring an extra dimension to voice, to enable us to collaborate over those lovely audio conferences much better. And effectively what we do with Dolby is to create a little bit more depth in the communication, spatial awareness, so we can figure out who's on the left, who's on the right. It's effectively an audio illusion. And because it's high definition, we can start to pick up vocal nuance. We're very good at using voice to actually collaborate. So audio conferencing is a great common ground. I always say the problem with video, particularly if you're a home worker, is sometimes you never get out of your pyjamas. So I call this the pyjama problem. You don't always want people to see you. Certainly my pyjamas should never go global. So in preference to appearing with my pyjamas on a video conference, I'm quite happy to collaborate over audio. And then we've got a whole raft of other slightly poorer tools. So everything from email, which is a terrible collaboration tool, by the way, really good information tool, but not great at collaboration. It's a big black hole. So we've got that as a choice. We've got things like social media. Now, this is obviously pretty new as a way of collaborating. But the wonderful thing about social media is it exploits the value of weak ties. In other words, it's not necessarily people that we bump into on a daily basis, people we work with on a daily basis. It starts to create networks of people, friends of friends, colleagues of colleagues, who actually have the kind of skills that we really need to harness and ideas that we really need to harness. So social media isn't all about taking photos of your friends on a Saturday night. Actually, it's got some very profound implications on the way that we do business and start to connect people together. So we have face-to-face. It's incredibly valuable, and I don't think it's ever going to die. But we can supplement face-to-face with a whole load of other things, underpinned again with that connectivity, the network that can actually help you to connect people from anywhere around the world.